after I did some time, I came back to New York. I was in Cleveland. I came back to New York, um, and I was a little upset at my fans because they were saying some pretty harsh things about me while I was locked up. Some people wrote me letters. Other people were like saying harsh things. So my attitude towards them was pretty much like, word, like the music is free. Like y'all are getting at me and the music is free. Shout out to Llama Beats. I just felt like, really, like, this is not how you should approach somebody who's been showing you guys free love. I mean, they were blaming insanity, and at the end of the day, like, once again, I said Sega. So like, whenever I see like non morale based behaviors, if you will, I'm gonna act on it. And the incident in Cleveland, like, I'm not gonna speak on it. Like, there's like technically a gag order. Plus, I'm kind of like I'm like Cleveland's Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not trying to like overdo it, but like, what was really going on at the time was the reason why I was yelling and screaming and the reason why I lashed out. So, and it has to do with women's rights. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit back and, you know, be chauvinist about the situation. Like, no, she couldn't defend herself. So I stood up, and with me standing up came uh, the officers pretty much like, hey man, if this wasn't going down and you decided to jump out, we'd let you go, but we gotta do it. And so, and of course, like, because the Hamilton name in Cleveland is like not a light name, it was like, all right, well, like, it's Charles, but I don't know what to do. So like, because certain details didn't hit the surface, people like, see, he been smoking them Cocoa Puffs. I'm like, dog, like, if you ever smoke weed ever in your life, you would know weed does not make you but so brave. So like, it had nothing to do with drugs, had nothing to do with alcohol. It was about me standing up for women once again. So like, getting out of jail, like, people like, I don't like the fact you're recording on you need a new microphone, you need this, you need that. Like, all right, cool, but I'm recording this on a Mac and it costs about $6,000. So whereas I can be spending $40 an hour in the studio, I have a $6,000 computer using top of the line DAWs, and I'm recording my best verses over Ninth Wonder beats, Jay Dilla beats. Shout to Jay Dilla, Ninth Wonder, Jay Dilla, my own production, which was getting stronger and stronger at the time. And I'm like, after a while, like, you kind of have to give it up for the underdog, because like, I'm in a climate where artists who, dare I say, aren't necessarily ready to go song for song with me, and I'm not necessarily the most confident person in the world, but like, can't go song for song with me. Very few people can do it. MC Lyte said it best. It was a fight to get me off Interscope. It wasn't necessarily, oh, this kid's not being productive. Like, let's do the numbers. Like, I put out more projects than the entire Interscope roster from 2008 to 2010. And like, it had to be an Eminem to come out and try to trump it as far as getting the physical sales numbers. Because as far as the digital numbers and stuff, like, they were so through the roof. It was just like, okay, how do we get this in the stores? So my team of people who were pretty much doing, the Charles Hamilton project, if you will, were holding it down, and they were like, okay, we need. Interscope had to basically, Interscope had to choose between traditional and the new wave, and I was like, all right, well, this new wave costs y'all less money and less compromise. So I didn't really know how to go about the situation other than continue to be myself, but it had to be for people on the inside to say, look, Interscope, y'all don't know what you're doing with this kid. So I took it personal because a lot of the inner workings weren't made clear to me. I took it very personal, like, chill, my music, like, I started calling out names. I'm dead better than like all of y'all, on top of like some personal stuff that was happening. But I was, like, really like, what is it about me that I got to get the axe? And then finally, Lyte sat me down, Jay sat me down, was like, it's not you. They don't necessarily know how to deal with you being so musical and costing less money. So like, they want to hold on you, and them holding on to you is leading to you being distant.